Picture a man going on a journey behind sight and sound. He has left YouTube. He has entered the Patriot Zone. My question to you, Jimmy, and you've just answered it, was how the hell did you get that? It was indeed Jerry Maguire in the sports posters, and I was trying to find somewhere in the film that wouldn't just give it away straight away. And the one I had prior to that was just a hand getting in a goldfish, but I thought, nah, they might still get that. So that's why I picked something with none of the like main cast in it, and you still got it. So well done, Jimmy. That's very good. You haven't seen it. It's a great film. It's a little bit I don't know if dated's the word, a little bit cheesy, I think. So it's all cool. Hello, Pete. How's it going? And hello, Christian from Grantham.
Let's give it up big time. Hello, Christian from Grantham. Now let's get cracking.
I'm doing that because I can't actually, I can't hear that anymore. I used to be able to hear it through my headphones, but I've actually turned off the reverb, so I can't hear it because it was causing issues with my, hello, Robert Beveridge, it's causing issues with my computer. How's it going, Robert? So listen, a lot's been going on this week. I had everything planned out. I was going to do a live stream Tuesday, the live stream tonight, live stream tomorrow like normal because, you know, we didn't do a live stream last Tuesday, did we? I don't think we did. So this was my week to do it. And then it turns out Phil Siegel over from Brewverse is over in the UK. So he came here yesterday. So we went out to dinner. It's him and Mrs. Brewverse. Had an absolutely lovely time. It's great to see him over from America because I don't get to see him very often. Although last time I saw him was in California like 3 months ago. And I'm actually going to London to visit him again tomorrow, which means there's going to be no live stream on Thursday tomorrow. But there will still be the video of the Alpine tomorrow. And I am going to try and get the Jaguar done tomorrow as well for Friday. But if I don't, then there might not be a video Friday either. So this week's all over the place, but for the best reasons. So it's all good. So I am looking forward to the next few days. Also, me and Mrs. Wilder Wayne is celebrating 4 years anniversary tomorrow, but we're having that tonight. So we've had a nice Indian before we've started now, which means I had to, I bought this shirt today, if you've just seen, because I've been to the Shuttleworth collection in Biggleswade. Very good. Loads of really old planes. I think the oldest plane in the world, the working oldest plane in the world is there. And they've actually got like video footage of it taking off and everything. It looks like a Wright Brothers plane, but crazy place. It's a really good place. And it gave me an idea. And what my idea was, because tonight I was, stand by. Thinking about the Enterprise, but it's been that long. I don't know if I'll continue if IXO step up. I think a lot of people like that, feel like that, Robert, but we don't know still how it goes together. I don't believe what Eaglemoss told us, so we'll have to see. All I know is that we're doing that exercise, because obviously I made a video today, which gets around GDPR. Basically, when you fill out that form, you're giving permission for IXO Collections to make offers to you. So they can say, you know, like, okay, you're up to this. We can offer you this. And if they're going to be distributing it directly, then they may give you a lump sum. You may be paying a monthly amount. I haven't got a clue how it will work. But I think it will work well with the Ecto one because we've almost finished. It will work well with the Eleanor as well, but I don't know if that's included. The Titanic definitely isn't included. So if I haven't heard anything, by November 5th, we're going to have a ceremonial burning again. Because I never have any luck with wooden ships by the look of it. So we'll have to see how that one goes. But yeah, so once we fill it out, and it doesn't matter if you're in this country, if you're in the EU, or even if you're in the US, still fill out that form so they get an idea of quantities that they'd need to actually produce. I don't think it affects the license. I don't know if there's a way that they're working around that and stuff, because I know there is a little bit of friction with the Eleanor license. So I don't know how that's going to work. And that's for that reason, I don't know if we'd get the Eleanor, but they're the ones that we had almost finished before they came out. So, as you said, 10 issues from completing the Enterprise, not a lot. But yeah, so I was at the Shuttleworth collection today, and today I had it in my mind on Monday that we were going to start the SR71 build. And it's because of going through the Shuttleworth today that I changed my mind, and I'm going to start that next week. And there is a reason, because I want to, hello Will's Workshop, how's it going? I want to get this as accurately correct as I possibly can, because it's a big scale model, and they had a model there. So let me click on this. I don't know what we're going to see first. Okay, this is the model of this is the actual SR71 in Duxford. Now, if you look at that, the actual bodywork's in not that good condition. It looks very grey. It's quite pitted. And apparently the reason that it's looking like that is because it was kept outside for a long time. So it has never been repainted or anything like that. It's not actually that colour. So if I turn that one off, that's the one that we saw at Dulles when with Phil and Mrs. Welderway when we went to Washington. And that is more of the colour of the Blackbird. It's not black. I've tried to match up with the colours. It's more like a rubber black. Tamiya do a rubber black, which I used to think rubber black was a texture effect as well, but it's not. It's actually that sort of colour. And then at the Shuttleworth, they had this. Which, there we go. Now that's far too black. I need it to be, it's not too far off to be honest with you, but that is the one, oops, let me show that again. That is the 172 scale, I believe. That's not the one we're building. We're going to be building the 148 scale. I think that's what Ian sent me. Ian Longley, thank you. Yeah, he sent me the 148 scale. So we're building a bigger one than that. And because it's so bigger, rather than post red sort of interiors on the engines, I want to get some lights in there. So I'm going to try NATO black. That's a good idea, Jimmy. I will look at the blacks because it's very hard for me to try and distinguish between blacks and greys. I have a nightmare with it. But I'm going to work on it a bit at a time. So we're going to do the gears first, I think. And then I want to start the engines. But for the whole reason I've held it off is because I want to go back to Duxford because they've taken the engines out of their SR71 and put them separate. And if I'm going to be building that, then I want to paint the basic of the engine first. And then the details will pin on top. And I want to get them painted on the sprue before I put them on top. And then if I'm going to light it, I need to know how I'm doing that. Haven't got a clue yet. And that's partly the reason why I want to go to Duxford and check that out. Now, I took some pictures when I was at Duxford, as you saw there. But I didn't even know I was going to build a model. So all the pictures that I need, as in colours, details and stuff like that, I haven't got anything close up. So I thought the best thing to do is just postpone it for a second so I can get myself to Duxford and take some of those close-up pictures. And then when I'm doing some of the parts, I can actually put them up on the screen for you to show you exactly what I'm doing. So that's what's going to do. Hello, Ian. Ian, Phil did mention you, just so you know. He really wants to see you. He hasn't got time this trip because this trip was completely unplanned. I think you've just missed it that Phil's actually in the country and he was here yesterday. He came to Corby, but I think he's going back on Friday. So they're only here for a whirlwind tour. So when he's back here, he really wants to meet you. So I will try and get something arranged for that when he's back. The other good bit of news is that Mrs. Welder Wayne has come through. And I don't know if you watched my... Oops. I'm breaking it. Stand by. I've replaced my Archimedes drill that she pinched. 1 second. That she pinched and lost. And now she's bought me a new one. And the good thing is, this new one... hang on. Comes with a whole selection of new drill bits, which I didn't have with the old one. And... I'm missing something. Oh, yeah. There it is. See, I'm dropping everything already. And it all comes with this as well, so you can put larger drill bits in it. I never had this with the old one. I'm going to keep that safe. She wants the drill bits, so she's welcome to that. But I want this, so now I've got my pin applicator. I'm just confirming this works. Yes, it works. Cool. But it's metal. I'm just a lot more comfortable with that. I was missing it when I was doing that fire engine and having to use a cocktail stick's not right. So it's all cool. But there you go. Wayne, try and put a small motor in the engines to make them turn the fan blades. It's a good idea, but I need to see what's on the sprue. And it would need 2 small motors in there. I mean, I've been working with motors for the Explorer spaceship. I haven't actually got it. Actually, stand by a second. Probably good to show this off, actually. So what we've got here, let me get that off the screen. I have got your email, Will, and I'm gonna do that on Tuesday next week because there's no live stream tomorrow. So, but I've started painting the Explorer spaceship. As you can see, I've been weathering it up. Got the back bits done and stuff. But this is the smaller one we're building. I'm just trying to get it in. So that's going to sit into a metal ring which is going to spin. And this is the metal ring. So the idea is we've got this little bat down here. There'll be a connector on there which is going to spin this like that really fast. Now, to stop that going all over the place, I've marked out at the top here where I need to cut this, and there's going to be a bearing in the top, and then this Explorer spaceship's going to be going through a shaft and hanging in the middle there, and that shaft's going to be connected to a base at the back. So this will be perfectly aligned when it's spinning like that. Now, around the edge of this, I'm using the EL light rope that we've got on the DeLorean. I've still got some out in Tron Blue. So when this spins at the right RPM, it's going to look like a bubble. And for that reason, I've got slip rings at the bottom. I'm going to make a slip ring at the bottom because I know how to make them now. And hopefully that will work. So hopefully. Whether it will or not, it's enough. But the other thing is, the other challenge that I gave myself is I want to take this to Wonderfest next year. So I need to be able to... I'm not too worried about the ship because it's actually quite tiny. I'm more worried about... getting it in one piece to Wonderfest, and it's that electrical system which is where the puzzle is. So that's what I've been doing on that. So you watched Explorers at the weekend, you've not seen the film in years, so much you forgot. The thing is with Explorers, Ian, that I think it's a really good movie until they meet the alien, and you can tell that that wasn't the ending that they wanted. It was completely rushed. That's what happened in the production. Apparently they just wanted it out. It was rushed and turned into something so bizarre that I was like, what? So up to then, it was a really good film, and I think they just, it was a bit like the Game of Thrones series, you know? They really set it up good until the final season, and it was like, oh, whatever. So, how bright is the L wire? Very bright. On the DeLorean, I've only got 1.5 mil. On that, it's going to be 5 mil, because you can get it really thick, so I'm going to have 5 mil wire on there. So when it spins, it is really bright. But you have to pick colours. If you have blue... it's not bright at all, but if you have Tron Blue, really bright. So, oh, cool. I'm in big trouble again. She's on the warpath. Oh, yeah. I acted like an old woman. I did, because it's not only that. She's took my hammer as well. You know my hammer? How many times have I used my hammer in the videos? It's not there no more. It's gone. And I say to her, where is it? And she's like, huh? So, no, we don't want that. So tonight I thought, well, what are we going to do? So because you can't get this on the channel, this Ferrari from Agora Models, they only had 60 available. I'm actually going to build it on the Patreon channel. Now, I don't own this. I couldn't get one because, as I said, it was limited to 60, so I missed out there. David Phillips, who I was doing the... DC3 for, he's actually sent me his, and I said I'll build it for him. The problem with that is that David's away at the moment, so he did email me earlier saying he'll watch it on catch up, but I think he's on holiday or he's not there, so he's not in stream tonight. So unfortunately he's not there. But yeah, I'll find out how much trouble I'm in, Chris, when I get back into the house. So that's all good. Let me just clear off my desk here. Ready. Still dressmaker pins. She leaves the dressmaker pins, Robert, on the bed, Riley's bed. So I went on there the other day, and I looked like a cactus. I looked like I sat in a cactus. I had pins stuck to me. But look, she's being nasty to me. Okay, so look, I'm going to show you what we're building tonight. I thought I'd just get that out of the way to show you exactly what I've been doing in the background to get this done. Also, Michael Mager, if you're watching this stream or on demand, I need you to get in touch with me because you won the Patreon stream. I did send you an email, but I haven't heard from you yet. So, all good. All good. Okay, let's click over the camera. Okay, so here's our work surface. So what we've got is the brochure. Now, Agora Models always have these brochures that open up into great big posters here. So this is what we're going to be building. Looks good. I haven't actually gone through every single item in this box, so this is going to be a new thing for me when we see it as well. It's got interior details, authentic engines. This is just a model. It's got, apart from the working steering, it's not got any light up things or any electrics to worry about. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it has. And then this opens up, if I can get it open, into the big poster, just like that. So that's what we're building. Quite a chunky car for F1 cars compared to what we got nowadays. They're a lot lighter, a lot more streamlined as well. I thank you, Robert. We managed to survive 4 years. We've been together 9 years, but we've managed to survive 4 years married, so that can't be too bad. You'd love the cards that we got each other, but we shared them tonight, so it's all good. Okay, so we're going to start with pack 1. Let me just show you the packs that we've got. So just like last time, it does tell you, I'm hoping. Oh, how do I know what pack's what? Normally it's this number here, but that number's not making any sense. That one says 200. Oops. That one says 200. That one says 884. So I think we're just going to have to match off what's in the instructions. And then we've got these bigger boxes here that look like this. Looks like we're doing some of the wheel. That one's got 921. There's got to be a way to identify what these are. Just looking around the side. No. Okay, we're just going to have to go with what's in the pictures. Then we've got this one here. Then we've got 2 more. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 packs in the first one. Not a lot in that one. And then finally, we've got this one here. Nice little bit of detailing and all of that. We've got the wheel there. I'm hoping we're not going to need boiling water, but Mrs. Welder Wayne, you might need to be on standby to do that. Now, I actually thought that the instructions were in the box for this one, but they're not. So I'm going to have to just get these set up on the screen. So stand by. See, I should have had this prepared, shouldn't I? There we go, the Ferrari. Just so you know, I've already got all the instructions for the whole build is on their website already. I've already got the Routemaster 10 here at the moment. I've got the Jaguar, which is what I was hoping to finish for Friday. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that or not. And I've also got the Mura Box 5, which I think probably come up next week. So that's going to be coming. The first thing we're going to be dealing with, I'll just go to my other picture here, is the front spoiler, which looks like that. And this is how the instructions are laid out. Now, by the look of it, a pair of small trees and 2 cotton buds. They want me to put some decals on. Okay, Mrs. Wilder Wayne, can I have a little bowl of water, please? Thank you. And I've got a decal softener. I have got my decal softener here already, so that's not too bad. I just need a little bit of water, if that's okay. Because we are going to be putting some decals on first, by the look of it. That's going to be an interesting start. And then, what else we're doing? Why we're first dry fit the couplings. We're putting glue on. That looks good. And then we're going to be going on to stage 2, which is the wheel. So it's the decals first. That's interesting. Have you seen a build start with decals? That's interesting. I think what we're going to do, we're going to do it slightly different. I'm going to start stage 2, and then we'll go back to stage 1, because Mrs. Rodaway needs to get me a little bowl of water. So she's going to, I'm hoping she is, because she's watching TV at the same time as well. Okay, so we'll go on to stage 2 and start there. So stage 2 is this one here. So we are going to be dealing with this box here. Mrs. Wayne, just so you know, the water needs to be cold, not hot. Now, if you're watching that, it's only cold water. Don't give me boiling water, otherwise we're going to have a bad time. Oh, and I need some kitchen towel as well. I don't need much, do I? Yeah, and bring the hammer with you. Well, but you're going to get me shot. Oh, God. You know what? I've opened this. See, I wanted to continue this, but I've got to add this little section here onto the part they want me to build. So I am at a catch-22. I am going to have to start where they want me to. I suppose I should be thankful that this actually... let me just open this. That this actually goes off in order and I'm not just getting parts which I'm not going to be using. But I have to say, I've never seen a build where I'm having to do decals as the very first thing that we're doing. 1 second. Hello, my darling. Have you got a kitchen towel?
Oh, for goodness sake.
Yeah, I'm in trouble. Did you hear that? I'm in trouble. Okay. Let's get this open. Can't believe that. You heard me. I did ask. I asked nicely. Right. I've got a soft cloth here, which is what I need. Because they want me to just polish this up a bit and get any blemishes off. Thank you. Okay. Let's continue this. Getting any blemishes off this here. Not looking too bad, actually. Very shiny. Let's go back to what we're doing and make sure we got this around the right way. Okay, I'm just making sure that I'm putting this on the right sections and it's the right way round. So we're going to have it this way. And they have got some little tiny marks on here. I don't know if you can see, which is going to help us align where these are going. To there, to the other side there. So, have I ever done decals on camera? I don't think I have. So this is going to be good. I'm going to cut out, once I can find all my stuff, the first decal. I don't think I've ever done this live before. Okay, so it's this agate is the first one. Get this cut out. You can see that, yeah, cool. Quite close to where I need it. And I want a little bit of excess so that I could get my fingers in there when I'm sliding this on. Okay, so the first one, just double check. I just want to do a quick dry fit for this to have a quick look. Is going to go into this section just here. So I'm just putting some moisture in there like that. And then I'll get this in the water. Let that soak for a little while. And then next to it, we're going to be putting the Michelin one. And the Michelin one will start on this side and it will go over to this side as well. So this is going to be fun. Your next electricity bill will be around 1,350. This is for 3 months. Yeah, I wouldn't pay any attention to that, Marcus. I'm sure the electric companies are fiddling us big time here. Now, if this doesn't stick the way I want it to, I have got some micro set here, which will soften the decal up a little bit. I don't think I'm going to need to use that, but we will see. Never have too much liquid on here. Okay, so I just want to make sure this is sliding, which it is. Okay, move that over. Let's see if we can get this on with no problems at all. I'm being very quiet now. That looks good. Just getting it into where they want it. Kind of like that there. Okay. First one's on. Just sponging that down. Still got room to move this around. Excellent. And that, oh, a bit more before it sets too much. That's pretty good. There we go. That's the first decal on. And we're going to put the big one on now. There's only 3 decals to put on. And chuck that in the water. I haven't received my first payment yet, Robert. I don't know what's happening there. Don't stick them upside down. I'm following the instructions. That's the way they put them. So I've made sure the badge is the right way around. So I think that's the best thing. And once again, I'm just going to put loads of water here. I mean, on this material, it wouldn't matter how much water you put on here because it does sponge out quite easily. But yeah, I like that. I really didn't realise we're going to be putting decals on this model. That's quite surprising, actually. I'm just going to get this one prepared as well. What a way to start. It's probably easier with scissors to cut this bit out as well. But I don't actually have any scissors in here. I do have an extra sharp X-Acto blade, as you can see. Okay, so that'll be the third one in a second. Just chuck this away. Right. Get this out. Once again, we'll start this side this time. Lay it flat to there, and that will stop any edges folding up. Take that out, and then just move that into position. Who would have thought I'd be doing this live? So we're in that side, we're in that side. Get the bubbles out. That's not looking too bad. Patting that down. You certainly can tell when I'm concentrating, can't you? That's right inside the lines. I'm happy with that. So let's do the last one. Chuck that in there. These things never go like this. This is normally a lot blooming all over the place normally. I am making sure when I put it on that you can't see those marks anymore on there. These little white. It's good that they've got a guide on there because they would be all over the place, to be honest with you. But the next stage actually follows on from this stage. So I am at a little bit of a catch-22. While I'm at it, I'm just going to pour some glue into my trough here because I'm going to need that in a second. And I haven't got a pin handy, so I will be using a cocktail stick to apply this, even though Mrs. Welderwayne has gave me the Archimedes drill back. Okay, let's get this last one on. All the way out there, perfect. Get this lined up. This one's actually, there you go. Still moving around a little bit. That looks good. Right. I think I'm going to get fussy. I know I am. I think we are pretty good there. It's pretty much in line. There we go. That's the decals on. Let's just chuck away this rubbish. I'm gonna Alexa, shut up. Get my fingerprints off of there because that's driving me nuts. Okay. In Germany, we've got €300 from the government. Good night, him. All right. That's what they said to me, but they set up an additional direct debit and took the government payment off me. Wow. Take care, Ian. See you later, mate. So, there we go. That's what that's looking like. Two more bits to put on, which are these little edges for it here. I need to make sure I'm putting these on the right way. So, they want me to, they're saying that, oh God, okay, hang on a second. That's a new one for me. These are going to go on, going to do a quick dry fit. Stand by. So if that's that way round, this is going to be going on this side. So this is going to go on here just like this, if I can get it in, into this cavity like that. They're saying that plastic chrome doesn't actually adhere with CA glue. I've never known that. So they're saying to sand off some of this edge here. I mean, I've never known it, but I will do that just so we can get a good adhesion surface to this. I've never had a problem before, to be honest with you. but I will do what they tell me. As you notice, I'm not touching where I put the decals at all. That's perfect. Okay, where's my cocktail stick? Get some glue in here. Put some glue on this edge. And on that side. It's actually quite a tight fit anyway. And then get this first one in. I'm gonna keep it flat there. There we go. It's in. Just like that. Do the same on the other side. Just like that. Again, I don't know if that's you need to do that. I've never had that problem before. Glue around the outside. A little bit more. Excellent. And then we'll put this one in. Make sure it's in the right way. And again, push that down. This is where my hammer would have come in perfectly. And there we go. That is the end of that stage. I will polish that up when I know that the decals have actually set. But I'm happy with that. That's excellent. Okay, put that to one side. I'll keep this to one side as well, just in case we need some glue in a second. Bring over the parts that we just had, which was these. Nah, no padded mat for the shiny chrome. I think we're going to be all right. It's hardly touched it, to be honest with you, Robert. But you are now you are now playing up to my OCD. That's not very nice, is it? Okay, so we're going to need this detailed here. Turn over the front spoiler and locate holes A and B, which are there. A and B. A is the little hole at the top there. Stand by. A is this little tiny hole and B is the one that's got the indent on it there. What they want me to do is to put them in, just figuring this out. That don't help. Their picture doesn't help. Okay, so the smaller end is going towards this area here. So it's going to go in this way like that there. See that? So I'm going to get that in. It is going, but it is hard. Don't want to break it, so I'm going to add a little bit of oil in that just to help me out a bit. It doesn't go in all the way. This doesn't. Let me change camera. It only goes in as far as it will let me. So when that's in, that's as far as that's going to go. It's not meant to go in all the way. And then we're going to screw the other side, I guess, in with a screw. It hasn't told me that though. Stand by. Yep, we're going to be using an A screw. Now the screws come like that. By the look of it, looks like they give us a spare. So that's handy. Let's get one of these out. This is quite a fiddly build to start off with, I think. None of that, you know, getting it nice and easy for you to start with. Get the A screw and put that in. Perfect. Make sure I haven't mucked around with those decals. That looks good. So that's in just like that there and like that there. We're going to be taking this end here, just making sure this is right, because we're now going to be attaching the free end of the front spoiler bracket. Now this spoiler bracket, just so you know, is metal, as you can probably hear, and this is going to be going through the slot that we've got just there. So when I put this in, it's going to go in like that. So that's going to be fitting on top, kind of like that. Is that what way around it goes? Have I got this upside down? Stand by. Nope, that's exactly what way around it goes, so we're good. We're going to hold that in with a B screw. So I'm just going to leave that there. We'll open a B screw up. This is fun. As you can see, you might be able to on the close-up camera, it's a metal screw. The threads are quite tight together, so I am dropping that into a little bit of oil. Turn it over, being very careful not to touch any of those decals. I hate it when that happens. Don't you just hate it when that happens? Try again. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. There we go. Get that nice and tight. Now, if you have a problem like I have that you can't get that tight, chances are it's the screwdriver that's at fault. So I've got my PH1 screwdriver here, and that should give me enough torque to make that completely tight, as you can see there. Get that tight so that's not going to move around, and that is what that's looking like. Not bad. I am nervous about those fingerprints on there. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, but you know, it is what it is. So when that's in, we have got a wheel here, but we're not actually using that in that stage. So that's the end of that stage. Moving swiftly on to stage 3, we're going to be working on the wheel rim. Put that over here, which looks like this. Let's get this one out. Hoping we don't need boiling water, but who knows. This is how I open these, by the way. I don't have a kettle. The reason being, Robert, I don't have a kettle is because I don't really drink tea. I've got a coffee percolator, and I've got a cappuccino maker as well. So there you go. Plenty of room over by the paint booth. Yeah, right. Okay, let's see what we're doing here. We need the tyre from the last stage. Oops, that just went all over the place. Okay, let's get that tyre. There's the tyre. This does have a foam padding in it. I think we've got to leave that in. But we will see. The first thing they want us to do is take out, insert bolts from the outside. Orientating them as shown in the photo. Okay. I'm guessing they're going to go through these holes that we've got at the side here. And they want me to put them in now. That's interesting. You'll need the wheel rim, the bead lock with 4 bolts. Okay, that's weird. Okay. Insert the bolts from the outside. So the bolts look like this. They're not a screwing thing. It looks like they're a pushing thing. So this is interesting. I don't think I need to glue them. 2 type A screws, the tyre with the wheels, tweezers and a Phillips screwdriver. So it's giving me the full list of things that I need. Very interesting. So from the outside here in these holes, I don't know how easy it's going to be to get them in. I need to push these. I can't even get my fingers on them because they're chrome, into these holes. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that's not too bad. They go in okay. So it goes in like that from that side. And then from the other side, it's looking just like that. It's quite a fine detail. I need to make sure it does fit in that ingress there. So I'm just rotating it around. That's 2. We want to make sure that they fit flush in there. Again, this is one of these builds that I didn't realise how much detail there is in it. I don't think there's any spares on this one as well. They've sent us, I think, just enough to go in. Let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we've got 1 spare one. So there is a spare. So that's the bolts in. And we should be able to see them from the other side. Which I'm just checking. Yep, I can see those. That's cool. Just going to the next stage. We need the tyre with the sponge still in it. Couple the bead lock with the tyre. The 4 outmost tabs must fit into the lips of the tyre. So these tabs just on the outside, we want them in the tyre. Am I going to need Mrs. World Wayne to get me? I don't think I am, actually. That just went in okay. A little bit too okay. I think that's gone too far in. There you go. I don't think that's too bad. Just going to push that up a touch. Bit more. Needs a little bit of pushing out. Still not happy. Stand by. A little bit more on this side. Ah, perfect. There you go. Look at that. Check that out. That's gone in absolutely excellent. So yeah, definitely don't need any hot water for this. So on this side, as you can see, we've got 4 little lugs in there. This is what we're going to be attaching the yellow wheel rim to. We have got a tiny valve in the top there. Caution, the holes indicated by the yellow circles in the photo alongside must match up with the interlocking pins. Okay. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out which one's what. It's not helping. So we've got, right, okay, so the little small tabs in there are going to go through the ones that look like hexagons on there. So I'm going to line this up the way they want it. Just like that, I'm guessing. And again, I'm going to need to get this in here. This is going to be a bit of an issue. It's not going in easy. And I don't know why. Keep trying. Stand by. What am I doing wrong? We've got to screw these parts in, so let's get the screws ready. But this whole thing needs to be under this wheel rim here, which it doesn't actually want to do. Oh, there we go. If we get one side in first. This isn't easy. There we go. Doing it like you do an old tyre. An old bicycle tyre. Get that lined up to where it needs to be. And then bring this around the outside there. And just get my screwdriver and bring it round to get that whole side in. I've got a mosquito trying to bother me. This isn't going in very well. That's one of the problems I've got. It's not working. I'm starting to second guess why we've put this bit in first. If I can get one side in, I think we're laughing. Stand by. The tyre is quite manipulative, as you can see there. But they're not helping me. Insert the wheel rim into the tyre until it connects with the ring. Caution, the holes indicate the yellow circle in this photo alongside must match up with the interlocking pins. They want 2 A screws, which are these. Let's get one of them ready. Medic for the screwdriver. It's coming, Wheels Workshop. You know it's coming. The most important thing is to make sure, obviously, it matches up first. I don't understand why it's not. Unless I can get it inside this rim first, it's going to be hard. But the problem I've got is that it's hard to get in there. It's very hard. And this definitely needs to be inside this section here. Let me just go onto the top camera. Probably see what I'm doing. I'm trying to push it in there. Ah, that's gone in a bit better. Right, okay. It's nowhere near lined up to where I want it. Stand by. But if I can twist this, let's use these while it's in there to where I want it. So that's how we're going to be putting this in. Right, okay. Why do I do these things live? That's the question. Right, so that's where I want it. I'm going to use brute strength now to get this in where it needs to be. Pray for my soul. This really does remind me of doing the old tyres. You see how I'm putting it in there? It is going in. Not easy, but it's going in. There we go. It's in. It's in exactly where it needs to be as well. That's perfect. I knew what I was doing all along. Okay, as you can see. Get these screws in. One here. Nice and tight, and then one the other side. I think the yellow part needed to go in first, Robert. Washing up liquid, that's definitely what I used to have with my old tyre. But there we go, it's in exactly as it needs to be. So we've done one real rim. What else are we doing? We don't need anything else on that. I can put that to one side because we're going to start making the calipers, which means I need these 4 items here. It's the last one out, which doesn't want to come out. Come on. There you go. We're good. Okay, so we're going to join the 2 small pins on the cylinder assembly to the front of the brake caliper. So that's the brake caliper here. And we're going to be adding these little 2 details here by just pushing these in. I don't think they need glue, but I will check. It's gone in. Tiny bit loose, if you want my opinion. So I am just going to dot some glue there and there. Last thing I want is things coming off. Perfect. That's made a little section there. We're going to be putting on the internal part of the air intake, which is this one, just like this. Get this round the right way. That's going to go, stand by, that way round. Not helping out, this isn't. I'm trying to match it up to the picture. All right, so that is going into there. So this is going to go into the 2 little pins that we've got in the middle there. So get them lined up and push that in. At the moment, the bottom one isn't. There you go. So it should hold itself in, no problems there. Then we've got the top to go on. That's just going to go over the top of this section here to make one complete vent. Very hard to get these in, but we managed it. That's in. No glue at all needed for that. It's so hard to get in, and there's nothing to actually put that into place. It's holding itself. That's all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 4, we're going to be working on the seat. Let's get that here. I'm just trying to figure out, this is the start of the seat here. Get that one open. Not a lot to do in this one, as you can see. Get this one out. We've only got 2 parts in this. It would go easy if the... Oh, no, that's cool. I've read that. Cool. Okay, so we're going to need a bit of glue, because this is his seat. And basically, I'll do a quick dry fit. You can see we've got tabs just on the back of this. They're going to go into the tabs on the back of the seat there. So when this is in, it's going to look just like that. But they would like, kindly, actually fits in quite well, as you can see there. I'm probably not going to be able to get that out. Just some glue to keep this into place. Now, I don't go over the top with the glue. So I'll put some dots of glue just around near the edges, because that's where it will lift up. On any of my builds, I very rarely put much glue on there at all, to be honest with you. Mainly because I make so many mistakes. I end up taking it all off again. So, I think that'll be enough. Let's get this lined up again and pushed in. It does clip in. So, they're all in on that side. And that's his seat into position. Oh my God, what do they want me to do? You've got to be kidding me. Stand by. Stand by. I'm just having a quick read. Okay, so what they want me to do, which I'm not going to do on camera tonight, this is a weird one. Stand by. They actually want me to give this a black wash. So to get some black acrylic paint, water it down, give it a black wash to give it a grey texture. So it's not white. I will do that off camera because I haven't got my brushes or anything here. Bit strange that they want us to do that, but there you go. You think it would be that colour already. But that's confusing. It says, with the brush still wet, begin applying the black acrylic paint, watered down to this. And then get a towel so it's grey. Strange. Don't know. That's a bit confusing. Okay, let's move swiftly on to stage 5. I will do that. Stage 5, we're going to start the left-hand suspension. So, click the camera back. We should be able to get through this. Although stage 5 is quite a lot of stuff in there. I'm just trying to figure out what's what. Because these books don't actually tell you what's what. I think that one's stage 5. I'm just going with what's on the picture and what stuff we actually have. Now, each part is individually wrapped here. So, we've got 4 parts in here and some screws by the look of it. Excellent. I hate it when we get done over on stages like this. Take it out and look at it. Yeah. Well, it's weird though. We got to paint that. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. Okay, so I need these 2 parts of the brake discs that we're creating now. These are already textured for us. So we're not going to need any aftermarket stuff on this. And quite simply what we're going to do is just piece both of these together so that these teeth are in the middle. Just lining it up. You know what, I always have problems with this bit, but there you go. That looks quite good. It should hold itself in with the details. Just like that. And then guess what they want me to do? You've got to be kidding me. The cylinder assembly that I've glued in, they now want me to unglue it. Lucky, this is why I don't use much glue. Because I can get it off like that. Can you believe that? So this is just going to go in the top there, and then they want me to glue it back down again. That's annoying. How annoying is that? Now I know that's not coming out, I'm going to put a little bit more glue on there. But that is exactly why I don't use much glue on these builds, because of things like that. Just enough to hold it in. There we go. That's in place perfectly. Can't believe that. Okay, we're going to then attach the... Oh my God, what's this? Stand by. They've sort of had a time jump in the instructions. We need this section here now, which is the upper arm and brake assembly. This way round. And it's going to be going into the side, and I'm trying to figure out which side it's going into. This side just here. So this is going to go on just like that, and it's held in with a C screw, which we've got here. Nah, the glue never, it doesn't set. I was quite quick there, but I wouldn't, even if it had set, Chris, I don't use a lot. Never use a lot at all in these things. I'm going to put a bit of oil on this, just to get the screw in there, and then make that nice and tight. Just making sure it's the right way around to what they've got it. That's exactly as they've got it. So I suppose that's a good side. On the other side, we've got this one that's got a shape to it. Which again, looks just like that. Again, I want to make sure I orientate this correct. So the flat side here is going to be towards this section here. So it's going to go on this way. Like that. And I believe, again, we're going to be using the same flange screw. Just to get that one in. which of course it wants to fall out. Making sure I've put it in the right hole. It's going into this top one here. There we go. Just like that. And then I think we've got one more piece to put in. And you can probably figure out where this is going. It's going to go into the bottom hole. Now this one's got a larger hole and a smaller hole. By the look of it, it's the larger hole that's going above this section just here. And once again, little flange screw to keep that one into place. Get in there. Excellent. And then that, looking like that at the moment, is all there is to do in that stage. Which leads us to the last stage, stage 6. We're going to be doing the first shock absorber here. I'll get all of these parts out. I think we might just overrun just a second, but I'd like to get the first pack finished, you see, so there's not a lot to do. So first thing we need is this little detail here, which is the brake disc support. Get that out. And that is going to go into the 2 holes that we've got on the disc there. There's 2 lugs on this side, so just push that in. Quite a tight fit, I have to say. But it will go in. You probably heard it click there. That's the brake disc supporting. We're going to be putting this whole thing on the tyre. Just seeing if there's any notches. There isn't. It's going to go on just like that. And then I guess we're going to be screwing that in from the other side with a type L flange screw. Big screw, this one. Looks just like that. I'm going to put this in with my PHO screwdriver. Dipped in a bit of oil in this side. And let's see how tight we can get this. It's going in, I think. Yeah. Got resistance. Excellent. And that one's on. Next thing we need is the actual shock absorber. So that's going to go into these 2 parts here. So the top section of this is going to go underneath this section here. The bottom section, oh, now they want me to attach the top section there with a D screw. Let's get that one in first. Quite a lot for the first few stages. This is a hell of a lot more detailed than I thought it was. This is metal as well, just so you know. A lot of this is all metal. So I'll hold this in my left hand. Whoops. And get this through this side. Like that. Perfect. That holds itself in lovely. We need a hexagonal screw. This is a big long one, this one. Is going to go into one of these brackets. It's not really helping which one. Again, stand by. Figure that one out. It's not this one, it's this one. Not quite sure how this is actually going. So this screw goes through this way. So this is on my left. That's going to be going through there. Okay. Then this is going to be, this is the, God, this is very confusing. This is going to go through the middle hole here of this arm, all the way through to the other side. On the other side, we're putting the other arm in. Get that one out as well. And make sure it's on the right way. And that's going to fit on that side there. Finally fit the rear link on the free end of the screw and tighten the whole assembly. So how do I tighten it? Insert the hexagonal screw into the center of the cavity in the upper suspension, which I've done. There's no way to tighten this. Do I turn it? I'm guessing I need a little... I haven't got one. I'm going to need a little socket to actually turn this. But that's pretty much how this stage ends, just so you know. So I will get a socket, but that's exactly, just double checking how that is meant to look. The only thing I need to do is just get a tiny socket to tighten this up to keep both of these ends in. It does sit slightly more straight like that. So there you go. That was pack 1 done. That was fiddly, very fiddly. And I think we did it 1 minute late. Not too bad, is it? So it's all good. Get the knife from under your arm, please. The knife is completely out of my way, Pete Cooper. So there we go. So we've made 1 wheel, and I've still got to paint the seat in a black wash. Don't know quite how that's going to turn out. So remember, there's going to be no live stream on the channel on tomorrow. There will be the Alpine, the new Alpine build. I don't even know if there's going to be a video on Friday yet, but obviously if there isn't, you know why. If there is, it's a bonus. But look, thanks for watching me tonight, and thanks for your continued support on Patreon. Take care.